And I clicked on it, and whoa! I thought, I looked at it and I went, whoa! I couldn't even invite my son in because he would have gone, hey, Dad, what's going on there? I'm feeling a little bit apprehensive and also a little bit nervous. The last time I crowd surfed, I actually thought about it maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I remember standing on the precipice of the stage and I thought, if I just sort of fall forward, and I looked down and I thought, no, they're not going to, these people aren't going to catch me at all. I'd like to do it, I guess. Maybe I've left it a bit late. Maybe not, no. The last time somebody asked me to sign a body part, you know, which belonged to them, they just didn't bring up an arm and sort of go, can you sign this? Was, and sometimes over the years there've been breasts signed. The one that stands out is a young person at Ghost Rock in Tasmania. I went over and then she upped her dress and she had my name tattooed on her backside. And so she said, can you just sign it as well? And I went, that looks like my signature. She said, oh yeah, I got your signature. And I said, I got it tattooed on my, and I went, and she was lovely. She was really, really nice. But that's, that one I'll remember forever. I think last time I cried was probably when I was 9 years old. And it was because I walked into someone who had a golf club and they were coming down on the, and I walked into the club and it just hit me in the back of the head here. I have thought about it, like crying, of why I don't cry. I do get teary sometimes, or sort of like a welling up and you think, oh, this must be what crying is. And it doesn't happen that often, but that'd be the closest that I come to crying. The last song that I listened to was a track off the 1975 CD that I've got. CD is a round thing for all those people that don't remember what they're like, and it was track 16, If You're Too Shy. But their whole album is it's very, very interesting. The new songs that are coming out in styles of music, we would never have thought about 25 years ago or 30 years ago. It's just unbelievable. The last time I did anything that I can recall that was embarrassing, there's probably been things that have gone past me that I didn't realise they were embarrassing. But in the 70s, I was in a band called Sherbet, and I remember we were supporting Creedence Clearwater, and at the end of the set, and I've never done this since, but I said, we'd like to finish up with, and the whole crowd just roared because they knew we were going off and Creedence would be coming on. And I thought, oh my God, I just felt like an egg roll. I really did. Last time at a festival, I remember maybe a year or two ago, we played at the Falls Festival, and we thought we were going to get killed there, you know, by all these young people. We felt like we were from the Antique Society, and I'm looking from the side of stage. Then we went on, and lo and behold, I mean, they even knew the Sherbet song, which is from 1974, and we all looked at each other on stage and just went, how unreal is this? The last time I had a sensational DM sent to me, and I had to look up DM on the in the dictionary. It was maybe about 2 years ago on one of the things that I have, social things that I have, and I looked at it and I clicked on it, and whoa! I thought, I looked at it and I went, whoa! I couldn't even invite my son in because he would have gone, hey, Dad, what's going on there? Anyway, I looked at it, read the comment, and it wasn't abusive. It was whatever it was. And I thought, oh, I better delete it. So got rid of it. I think the last time a huge crowd sang it with us would have been the Firefight in gig up in Sydney in February. They ended up with about 70,000 people, but I think when we were on, we probably had about 30. Last time I hit up Olivia Newton-John was, well, not real. I don't think I've ever hit her up, except maybe when we used to go to school together, and we did become boyfriend girlfriend for about a week, because we went to the same school. But no, I do keep in contact with her, and I think, to be quite honest, I think she was more attracted to me than I was to her. I still look back at the photos from then and I go, what did she see in me? And that's probably why it only lasted a week. Because I had, hair just, well, I look at it and I think, my God, she looks so attractive, and I didn't. The last text that I sent was, "Thank you, Shelley, from Sony, because they are part of my family." Occasionally, you will get people saying on social media, "Oh, I saw you last night. You got to give up, mate. Just throw it all away." I have said to one or two of my friends that, will you tell me when you think it's time, before I embarrass myself completely? And they go, "Oh, yeah. And hopefully that means yes. Last time I recorded a song, it would be Love Songs, which I did back in December last year, and then released it in, June this year, as a single. I just liked the arrangement of the song and also the effect that it had dynamically. And I thought, God, this is really good. And so I ended up recording it. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, because the video for it, I love. It was done by a New Zealand team. Anyway, it's worth a look. For those people, supporters out there, and especially of BuzzFeed, I hope you've enjoyed this.